Hello YouTube, it's Mikhail. Doing part two of the Synchron H.A.T format uh, combo videos. So I'm doing part two right now. So the first one was more focused on how to make Quasar and all the other ones. So for this one, we're gonna be focusing more. I think we're gonna be focusing more probably on the OTK lines and the roles of certain cards in here. I would say, just getting this fin out essentially for. So we're still gonna probably need these two obviously with the Road Warrior. But yeah, pretty much all of these are secondary. This is kind of mandatory. So yeah. So we'll discuss some rules in the extra deck essentially first. So pretty much your rules in the extra deck essentially. These are pretty much your game shots. What I mean by that, this card can help you win games. This card can help you win games. This card can literally finish a game. So, I literally have won games off of pretty much all three of them. So, these guys right here, Formula, T-Champ, Librarian, and Road Warrior. These are pretty much your combo, your extra deck combo starters and initiators, essentially. So in pretty much these two help. Pretty much all three of them help generate card advantage essentially in the extra decks. So you kind of have to prioritize all three in a sense. Junk Archer, Junk Destroyer, Scrap Dragon, Black Rose, and Mist Swarm serve the same a grind game purpose in the a grind game grind game essentially. If Quasar and Leo go down, and that way you can fall back on these and pretty much try to push for game as much as possible, along with Miss Swarm and not Miss Swarm, Miss Bird and Armory Arm. So, yeah, especially Level Eater can also help with that too in the case of eating the levels of these guys to summon to create defensive. He's just a beater essentially. Nothing really special with him. Jared Warrior is probably your recursion in the extra deck. He has a lot of different utilities in this deck, I would say. Pretty much like how in Edison format, this card essentially does, you have the quick draw dandy piles in Edison. Leo is your backup if Quasar goes down in the extra deck. So he can also win games on himself. So yeah. The Stardust Dragon alone serves more of a unique purpose in the extra deck here, where essentially he helps protect board state, game state, can go for those game states, winning game states also. So he has a lot more utility in this extra deck along with Joe Warrior, I would say. And then yeah. So what main deck card do you try to win games off of? And the answer to that is pretty easily, it's actually BLS. BLS, and I would also say Max C to the extent in H.A.T format, help push for games essentially. BLS equipped it with Armory Arm, can push for game. This can put your opponent into a state where they have to play into it, or if you're playing against a really smart opponent, they don't have to play into it. Misper Colossus also sets up unique game states where if you make this, let's say with Junk Synchron or Formula Synchron, and like level elite a higher monster, you make this, and then if your opponent's low on life, you one of the attack any attack position monster they have, the one or one that's threatening. Negate the effect with this card, make their attack go 0, and just crash right into it for game. So this guy brings a lot more utility into the deck. But BLS alone in this deck is really mandatory. Even though he's mostly, like, I would say outdated at this time, he just adds more, like, hey, you have to play him in this deck so you can actually go for, wins. Roll Decree, MST, Effect Failure, Max C again, and I need to find Lance here. Give me a second. If I can find it. These 5 cards alone in the main deck serve a purpose of trying to also win, play into certain matchups, protect your monsters, help try to generate game advantage, even try to stop an opponent, like Mermail, for example. Effect Failure is really good against Mermail and Infernity. This is really good. These 3 alone are really good against back row decks. So, and these cards help you try to progress your game state, or just help you play through the boards, essentially. That's why I play these cards in this. I play 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Maxi is just really incredible in that format. So there's nothing more that can be said about these. That's why I even cited 3 copies each of all of these. So, I'm gonna do like a quick OTK line, essentially, of what happens here. So, let's say Quasar is in the graveyard, right? And you have no way to get into it because to recycle it back, because this has been used up along with the one potted economy. The reason why we play potted economy is the only avarice at this time, legal avarice. So let's say this is banished through DD Crow. These have already been used up. I don't play Shooting Star, so yeah. But you only have these 2 left, right? You have Mistbird and Army Arm left. Effect Failure is in the grave. Level Eater's in the grave. You have Junk Synchron in hand with BLS. What do you do here? What do you do? This is a situation where, even for me, this gets to be, a little bit hard. And we'll say we have Top Warrior in grave also. Alright. These are the only 2 cards you have in hand at this point. So what do you do here? Personally, I will normal summon this, activate the effect, summon the Effect Failure, BLS, banish Doppel Warrior and Quasar, so you don't need Quasar anymore. Banish these 2, summon BLS, Level Eater BLS, Synchron H.A.T. Let's just say Formula came back off the pod economy. Have that. Draw 1. Level Eater here again. Synchron H.A.T. Mistbird. Level Eater on BLS. Synchron 4. Army Arm, equip. So, and then effect. So you pretty much have game right here. So, yeah. I'll probably do another one. When I was recording this, I didn't always have enough time, so I was just kind of rambling with this one. So yeah, comment, like, subscribe. I'll be posting in part 3 on this. For part 2, wasn't really sure how to do this. I'll probably explain the side deck in part 3, I would say. So yeah, then we'll talk about more in the main and the extra deck on part 4. So yeah. So comment, like, subscribe, check out the rest of my vids. See you in the next one. Bye.